Hey, Nick Simons again. It's December 22nd, 2021. Not yet 2022 yet, but I'm checking in again because I feel creative this morning and I wanted to express something about. In some of these videos, I mentioned interacting with my father, Charlie. The the reason I'm calling him out by name is because what I have developed a personality disorder called egoist personality disorder over the years, that I've spent with with Charlie, and that's why I have to call him out by name, because, or by, who he is, his title, father, dad, because the egoist personality disorder is a result of somebody who lived with, or had to interact a lot, at least, with a malignant narcissist for a parent. And I don't want to make this a thing where I become hateful. I don't want to be mean-spirited. This is a serious problem, and I know that Charlie is a suffering child of the universal mind, aka God. So I don't judge him for what he's going through. He's suffering, and I know people aren't supposed to diagnose themselves, but I've undergone some training at the community college for the behavioral science course, so I've taken the abnormal psychology class and got an A in that, and did a lot of other research. And I basically, out of the 10 characteristics that people display that have EPD, I've got 7 or 8. There's not very many. This is a relatively new personality disorder, so there's not a lot of lists to choose from when I do the research. But I mean, as far as list of characteristics, as far as the characteristics of a malignant narcissist parent, Charlie pretty much displays 10 out of 10 on the list that I find on the internet. There's heavy traces of psychopathy, heavy indications at least. It's never just one indication. There's always a constellation of indications before somebody can label somebody a psychopath or a narcissist. But the intention of these videos is just to draw awareness to the problem, because that's the thing, is now that I'm aware I have it, I can fix it in a sense. It's a personality disorder. It's not a mental health disorder where it's not caused by a chemical imbalance due to a structural abnormality in the brain. It's more just a behavioral problem, and the way I view it, it's a behavioral problem. Like sociopathy is another behavior or personality disorder I acquired over the years. It's due to poor logic that people use to justify their behavior. That's where it's a personality defect in that respect. But a lot of people aren't aware of these things, so they just kind of act accordingly, based on, their genetics and their environment. People generally behave based on what their genetics and their environment dictate. Through awareness and understanding, I can transcend that plane of existence, so to speak, and actually try to work on myself and what I can do to change myself, and not focus on the aggravating factor, that contributed to these personality disorders that I have. So that's what it is. It's not about blaming people and labeling people as good or bad. When most events that get labeled as good or bad are better off to just be labeled as things in and of themselves, without the bad or the good thing attached to it. The good or bad label, it kind of distorts the actual event in a sense, because they're not good or bad, they're just things. A lot of these things, the things. The results might be positive or negative, but the events in themselves are just things. So on that, I'll go ahead and sign off. Just wanted to express that to you. Thank you.